Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Joshing Around Milwaukee. As always, I am Josh Albrecht, and with me is...
I'm Josh Albrecht.
That's right. Yes, you are, and I'm very, very excited for our guest today. It is Jon Greenberg, president of your Milwaukee Admirals.
Fun. Two Joshes are better than one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Two Joshes having some fun. 'Cause two Joshes are better than one.
Jon, thanks so much for being with us today.
It's a pleasure to be with both of you.
Right away, I just got to say, I absolutely love the Admirals organization. I love what you guys are doing. I know the season is underway. I'm excited for another season of Admirals hockey. And right off the bat, I want to know, how many years is this with you being president there?
This is my 20th year, 19th season.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a real a joy to be with this organization. And when I made the decision to leave the Brewers and come here, I was certainly a little scared about all that, but it's the best decision I've made professionally in my career.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you were with the Brewers, what were you doing? What was your role with them?
My last 10 years there, I was the director of media relations.
Okay.
So, traveling with the team, handling all the PR, helping to get Miller Park then built, which was, an awesome experience, scary also at times. But all-star games and working with presidents and awesome players over time, it's been a really nice career I've managed to forge.
And then one day it was, do you want to just come run everything for us at the Admirals?
Yeah.
Is that...
You think you have enough to do?
Yeah. How about if we double it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very interesting phone call that I got from Harris Turr, who's our owner. And he's one of the Brewers investors as well. And he knew my work a little, but he called me. I was in spring training in my apartment there, just hanging out, and so the phone rings, and I pick it up, and it's him saying that he was looking to buy the hockey team, and he needed to hire a president. And the first thing that was going through my head was all kinds of names I could recommend to him. And,
and yours wasn't on the list.
And he stopped me and said, "No, I really want you," because he wanted somebody with media and PR to kind of head the ship at that point. And at that point, I had been with the Brewers for 22 years, so I had a lot of things I needed to kind of consider before making that decision. And after careful thoughts and prayer, talking to lots of people, it was the right decision to make. And April of 2005, he and I came over, and when at that point, the Admirals only had 4 employees. I mean, it was almost dead at that point. And so we were trying to basically come in with a blank canvas and create an organization in the way we wanted it to go. And there wasn't really anything that we needed to pick up from what we were doing, other than, we had 4 really talented people who we wanted to make sure stayed.
Sure.
And they're all still with me except for one who retired. So it's pretty cool.
Not bad.
Did you know how to ice skate?
I skated when I was a kid, and then I stopped doing it for a really long time. And my wife and I were dating at the time, and we went to the Pettit and to go skating, and I was in so much pain. My splits and everything.
Absolutely.
Just gripping the boards one time around. It took like 25 minutes to go around one time, and we came off. And I was really suffering, and she was like, "We don't have to do it again." We were like, "Thank you very much." So,
it's been a lovely time. Let's never do it again. Yeah.
My daughter played hockey for 11 years growing up, and so the game has been in our blood since I came to the Admirals, and it's been a really passionate thing that we've gotten into.
Yeah, that's great. That's been like a family affair for you, something that's that you can share with the whole family.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I do get a lot of family members calling up and being like, "Hey, for Christmas, just Admiral skate."
Yeah, it's been the easiest thing, frankly, for me. Is,
of course.
A new hat or a sweatshirt or a jersey or something that takes care of everything. I can cross off the whole family in no time at all. We've developed some pretty good hockey fans in our family. I've got some nieces and nephews that are totally locked into it now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think more than just in your family. It's kind of crazy when you think about, that the Admirals have always been at the level that they are. It's not just a family fun experience, right? There are minor league baseball teams in town, and then there's you guys. There's the Milwaukee Wave, but there's something about the Admirals to where it is a area that is not just for families and fun, but people get into it. I mean, there are hockey fans here that are not just saying, well, it's not the NHL, so I'm not interested. I mean, they're pounding on boards, and especially when you get into that playoff time, I mean, it's just the buzz is just electric. And I think that's a huge credit to you guys and the way that you bring in all different types of people to enjoy the hockey games.
Yeah, well, we knew right away that when we came in that there's a core of hockey fans, but they're certainly not going to be enough to sustain our business. We needed to continue a little bit of what the Admirals were doing from the entertainment side, create an entertainment experience where people come out and they learn more about the game. And we always tell people, if you come to a game once, you're going to want to come to a lot of games after that. But it's always going to be about the entertainment. And our motto since we came in, now it's 36 games, 36 different shows. It used to be 40. Our schedule's been reduced in the league over time, but that entertainment piece is so critical to us because that's the thing we have control over. I don't have control over the hockey. People don't understand. Like, we don't sign players or coaches or trainers or anything like that. We have an affiliation relationship with the Nashville Predators, and they're responsible for all the hockey stuff. And we're responsible for giving the players the best facilities to train and develop, and then put on a good show and just create an atmosphere. And that's been something that we've worked really, really hard at over time to make as high a level as humanly possible.
Oh yeah, fan experience is everything, right? And I'm sure that inspired by some of the greats in the industry. Like, do you guys go to get on the phone with other places and be like, have you tried rolling a person on the ice?
Yeah, we try everything. And yes, if we see somebody doing something cool, the phone rings the next day. Like, oh, how did you do that? Or what? And those calls are going back and forth all the time. Yeah. And one of the first things I did when I came to the team was I bought everybody the book Fun is Good, which is by Mike Veck and son of Bill Veck, the legendary sports promoter. And it was about fun in the workplace, but it was also about fun promotions, things you can do. I mean, these are the guys who had the Disco Demolition. So I mean, they kind of hit a standard there that is we're never going to try it yet. But that. I wanted everybody to get in that mindset of this is what we want to be. We want to be cutting edge, have fun. There is no box. People say, think outside the box. For us, there's no box. So it's always just about what can we do, but how can we make sure we do it well? Let's just not try something just to try it. Let's make sure we're actually fleshing it out, developing it, and next thing you know, somebody's trying to steal your idea.
Yeah, which is always, it's like the most ultimate compliment too, though, right? If they're seeing what's working for you, they're going to try to enhance it and bring up that same experience to their fans and take it out, right?
Yeah, I mean, that certainly came from my time with the Brewers. I mean, the sausage race,
iconic.
That was going on. That started while I was there. Yeah. And it was a video board thing on the really horrific video board
and for its time,
Yeah, it was for its time for about a week and a half.
Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah.
When you had to call Sweden to get parts, and there was only one guy who could fix it. He had to fly over from Sweden to fix it.
Yeah.
You knew you were in trouble.
Yeah.
But it was just a video board thing, and eventually, Dean Renicky, who at that point was in corporate sales with the Brewers, was like, Clemens wants to try this with real characters. So that's how that all came about. Yeah. And then, everybody tries to emulate the sausage race everywhere else. I mean, there's so many teams trying to do it. Nobody does it like it's done here. Yeah. Same for us with our human hockey puck. We're the ones that are doing that kind of the full length of the ice. That's nobody does it like that. Yeah. Other people have tried to do it. They don't. It's never quite worked out.
When those ideas come up, have you just been like sound asleep, middle of the night, laying in bed, like you're just for me snoring.
Eureka!
And then you're just like you just shoot up and you're like human hockey.
Now, so if people watching, if they're not familiar, the human hockey puck is literally, and I've done it. I've been fortunate enough to do it once, and when you go through the process, it's a little terrifying. It's like sign this waiver, X. But they put you on a little sled, and they pull you back in a bungee, and they launch you towards these, I don't know, like foam panels that are like pins, and you're a bowling ball essentially, but on the ice, and they tell you all the, okay, and then when you get to this point, fall out. And it's funny when you see people that fall out too early and they don't make it, and you're like, come on, you get there a little bit. But it's a lot of fun. It's just one of the amazing things that you guys do, and the theme nights that you guys put together, and the giveaways and
concerts after,
I mean,
concerts that you bring. And
it's an experience to where, when the schedule's announced, the first thing you do is you got to go look, okay, what are they doing this year? What can we, and then it's not even set. Then you guys have other things that come up. It's awesome. It's such a good time. And I mean, we've been there for superhero nights, brought the little guy, and and quality superheroes were there too.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just not you in a costume.
Not just me in a costume. No, I was like, that might be Iron Man.
It is
My Lord. He looks great. It's just always top notch and the best levels. And as a fan, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the level of effort you guys put forward in that.
I appreciate that. We take a lot of pride in that. There's an award given out by the American Hockey League for the best fan experience, and we won it twice. We were the first team to ever win it when they started giving those out, and then we won it again a few years later. We think we should win every year.
Yeah.
But I think what we've done here is raise the bar in the league for everybody to kind of elevate their games.
Yeah.
And so, we challenge ourselves to be the best at what we do with that. And I think it's one of the reasons why people come back for game 2 or game 3. It's not just, we tried that once. It was fine. We can go again next year.
Yeah.
No, we want them to come back again during the course of the regular season, or if you've come to a concert night, we want you to come for a regular game. Just see what the things are that we do, and if we do our jobs right, we think you'll become a repeat customer.
Yeah. On the ice with the team, say you only got, maybe you can only make it to 1 or 2 games this year. Is there particular rivalry ones that you are like circling on the calendar already? Like you can't wait to see Coachella Valley get back in here so they don't get destroyed, or
that name.
When Rockford was the season opener this year, when Rockford comes up, is there certain ones you kind of circle as well? Can't wait to see?
I think they develop every year because teams change. We have about 60% of our players back from last year, and that's a normal number. Sometimes teams change so dramatically that you can't recognize them. I would tell you Coachella Valley, and the story that's way too long for this, they were part of an expansion franchise in Seattle. So they didn't have any drafts to have players come from, so they had to sign all free agents to come and play with. Well, now after 2 years, now their drafted players are ready to start playing in Coachella, so they don't have all these veteran guys.
Got it.
So their team has changed pretty dramatically. But I think Grand Rapids this year is going to be a team that we're going to have to really keep an eye on as long as their goalie is still there. He shut us out on opening night. We had never been shut out in 52 years on opening night before.
Oh, wow.
He got us. And we were all over him for the first 10 minutes of the game and couldn't get anything past him. So he's a guy I think we got to keep an eye on. The Chicago's and Rockfords, just for proximity, are always going to be good. And I think the Blackhawks are getting some players into Rockford now that are pretty good players. So we've beaten them a couple of times early in the season, but I think as that one goes along over the course of the year, that's going to have some juice to it. So
that's always one of the craziest things with being a fan of a minor league team, is that you want your players to be good, but not too good. Because if they're too good, then they're going to get called up, and then you're not going to get to see them anymore. So it's like this. Okay, good job. Yeah. Let's bring it back like a little bit.
Keep them for the whole season.
Right.
We already had 2 players called up this year who are playing meaningful minutes in Nashville. Mark Delgaizo, a defenseman, and Zach LaRue, who's a forward. And those 2 guys, they've earned the right to go there and have that opportunity. So I always tell players when they get called up, if I think it's going to be a while, I hope I never see you again, which is not like I don't like you. It's,
you want the best for them.
I want you to establish yourself.
Yeah, right.
Well, it adds credibility to the team here, right? You're growing these professional athletes who people can follow their whole career, but the quality of product that the facility is producing, the coaching is producing, that the whole experience is producing, and are these professional athletes are going on and make it hang in the big time.
Well, and I would tell you that the league as a whole, when people talk about how well, you're a minor league. Well, I will tell you that in the National Hockey League to start the season, 83% of the players in that league played in our league. So it's, we are the stepping stone. We are the equivalent of AAA baseball for hockey. And we're the last step before you go and
play in the bigs,
a superstar in the NHL.
Yeah. Speaking of becoming a superstar, VISIT Milwaukee this year is delighted to be the warm-up jersey sponsor.
What do they look like?
Well, if you're watching this online, you can see Josh Albrecht.
They can stand
yeah.
the model.
Right now, if you're listening on the podcast, go to visitmilwaukee.org or to the Admirals website, buy some tickets, and buy a jersey. They look dynamite. It incorporates our new logo, but man, your logo with our logo, this is literally a match made in heaven.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So
it really
good.
is. Our players are so excited to put this on. This isn't something we've done before, at least in my 20 years here, of having a dedicated warm-up jersey. So every place we go in the league, home and road, we're wearing that for the warm-up every night. And so the guys come out and wear that. And I would tell you that on opening night here in Milwaukee, when I got a chance to really see it, under the bright lights and everything like that, it's like, that's a really good-looking jersey.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So we're wearing it every place we go. And there's going to be some other merchandise that's going to come along with it. It's been extraordinarily well received within the community. So we're really happy about what we're doing here, and the relationship we have with VISIT is fantastic. It's when I drop partnerships, this is what I want, is this type of relationship where it's going both ways, right? You guys are helping us, we're helping you.
And fans are receptive to it,
for sure.
Right? And then it works.
Yeah,
That's
ready,
the icing on the cake.
Yeah, it's so fantastic. And of course, it's fantastic for us. We love that you take it out on the road. It helps tell the Milwaukee story. You guys, you're ambassador. The team is an ambassador. Are all ambassadors of Milwaukee when they're out on the road, and we see that value 100%. And for sports to be that ambassador for the city.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would tell you, besides the jerseys, you advertise on our web streaming product, which is seen around the globe.
Right.
So there are fans all over the world watching our games, and there are advertising pieces that are put in during intermissions and score bugs and all that stuff. So it's a real chance to celebrate Milwaukee, which we're really proud to represent the city wherever we go. And I'm excited that this piece is really taking forefront.
Yeah, so the players, I know they come from all across Europe, right? Like you got this year. Where some of them are from this year? Probably, I'm sure. Russia.
Yeah, we've got a Russian player. We've got some Swedes. We've got some guys from Finland. Obviously, the obligatory Canadians.
Yep.
Any Wisconsinites on the team?
Not at this point.
Yeah.
That could happen later in the season, but at this point, the closest guys are Minnesota and Michigan, and Northern Illinois. We've got one from there.
That's me, by the way.
You should know. Oh,
I'm the goon. Yeah.
What's the emergency backup goalie? That's what you're going to do.
I'm the emergency to the emergency.
That's right.
You hear those stories and they had to call the guy in from the stands.
Yeah.
That's me.
No, you're the guy that they had the guy in the stands call. Well, I'm in my boxers, but I'll be over there in 10 minutes. Give me a little bit of time. No, that's awesome, and the partnership is great. And you mentioned the merch, and you guys do such a good job with just your merch, and I'm a huge fan of gear in general, but Sarah over there does such a good job for you guys, and the stuff that you put out. And you guys have had so many good logos over the years too, and I love that you keep them alive and different products that you put out too. And you see people, they're not just wearing. It used to be to where if you saw someone in Admirals gear, you went, "Oh, there must be a game tonight." Now it's like you just see people wearing it. The same as you would a Brewer hat or Brewer gear. And it's awesome. It's awesome to see that as well. I love that. Absolutely.
And Sarah does a really unbelievable job. We got her from the Brewers, I think it was 8 or 9 years ago, maybe even more. She's done such a good job. It seems like she's been with us the whole time, but just her knowledge of how to do merchandise is, I couldn't do what she does. She's just so good at it, and product, mixes, and how to make the online store work, how to make things work at games, pricing, the whole thing. She's so good at it. I can tell you that when I first bought the team back in 2005, on the budget, the merchandise number was $6,000. That was what the goal was
Wow.
$6,000.
Wow.
And last year we did $1 million. in
Holy
merchandise.
cow.
So
Just a little bit more than
just a little more than 6,000.
Yeah.
Well, it's just New Jersey.
Yeah.
This Milwaukee jersey.
it's $1,200,000. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
also excited about these jerseys at the end of the season. We're being able to auction them off and raise money for the scholarship here at VISIT. So,
Yeah, we're so delighted about that. Yeah, it's a go toward scholarship for helping to get students, Milwaukee County students, to the local universities. And then the other part of that is support of small businesses. So we use some of those monies that go to our foundation to help small businesses who might be in trouble. Maybe they had a window broken or something like that, and we some emergency relief fund. So great for you guys to help give back to the hospitality community. That and you always wanted to participate in the coupons and the special promotions. So I know the local business community feels the love from you, and it's just a great way to give back. So.
yeah, absolutely. We're very honored to do that.
To switch gears a little bit from hockey now, we always ask this question of people. Milwaukee's got a lot of what we like to call fresh city vibes right now. There's a lot of cool things happening in the city, a lot of new momentum. It's the place to be. You don't have to say hockey, but you can. But what's giving you fresh city vibes right now? What are you experiencing in the city that's exciting you?
Yeah, well, hockey. I'm just, I'm excited. This is a project we're involved with, but I'm really actually excited for that dog park. The
Yeah.
downtown dog park that was just had groundbreaking a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a really cool thing downtown. And what the guys at the public market have done, to help in Milwaukee downtown, and you get everybody being involved in that, using space that was just nothing going on there,
Yeah.
and having a vision for how to make that into something,
Yeah.
I think is really cool. And during COVID, so many people got dogs that were living downtown. They have no place to take the dogs.
Yeah.
So we're excited to be part of that, and I'm just excited for that to get started. I mean, we're to see what it actually looks like when it's finished. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and I just think watching people interact in the downtown area, seeing what goes on in the third ward, just seeing the activity. When you come down on a Saturday morning and you just see people everywhere, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And I hope that that'll be something that continue. Hopefully we won't have too bad of a winter and people will be able to stick it.
Oh, I tell people all the time, it's 70 and sunny every day.
Yep.
All year long.
Yep, all year long. That's right. That's right. I love it. And speaking of the pooches, that's one of the upcoming theme nights, right? You guys are going to have a dog day.
Yeah, two of them
At the rink?
We'll have two, one in November and one much later in the season, but November 16th. People can bring their dog to the game. It's like $5 or $6 for the dog ticket. And we get dogs of all shapes and sizes.
Sure.
And the dog that fits in the purse or the Great Dane. I mean, and everything in between. And we literally have had Great Danes that have been at the games. And so somebody put a saddle on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
We have backup goalies.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Disney movie.
But,
That's true.
That's always a really fun night. And that's something we started at the Bradley Center. And I will tell you, we didn't do that on our own. We stole that one actually from San Antonio. They were the first ones we were doing it. And they were like, you can do this in Milwaukee easily. And so we started at the Bradley Center. First year we did it up in the upper level. We had like one section up there with people with their dogs. And by the time we were moving over to Panther Arena, that was up to like 11 sections of people bringing their dogs. So, we have, I think, 300 to 400 dogs there with their owners on dog nights. And so some of that money goes back to Hawes to help their efforts to get people placed with animals. And it's really a nice program that we've done. And I'm allergic to a lot of dogs, so I don't spend a lot of time out there, but it's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
I know that you guys also have a bunch of other theme nights and concerts. What are you most looking forward to as far as a special event this season for the Admirals?
Well, there is a lot going on. I mean, I would say in November we're doing our night at the barn again. We did this last year. We brought in a petting zoo, and there were like 17 or 18 animals down there, which we set up their pen right outside the visitors' locker room.
Oh, perfect.
Exact right place to do it.
Perfect.
But that was a really unique event last year that we were like, well, I don't know if this is going to work, and the response was crazy.
Yeah.
Like how people watch the museum.
Watching the broadcast. Is that a llama?
Yeah,
On the ice?
yeah.
On the ice?
What is happening over there? Yeah.
But we will have 4 concerts, 4 post-game concerts. We Chase Matthew as a country show we're doing on January 24th. We will have 38 Special with us on
Classic.
February 8th.
Very nice.
Mitchell Tenpenny, another great country show on February 22nd. And then we're doing a Faith and Family Day with a Christian artist that hasn't been announced yet. This is also something we haven't tried before. We haven't had a Christian music emphasis with Skillet, but that's more like heavy metal.
Yeah, they rock a little bit. Yeah.
So this is going to be more of a traditional type of thing, and we haven't quite done this in this form before. So we're excited to see how that might work.
Yeah.
But my favorite night, I will tell you, my favorite night of the year is Badger Band Night. So we bring in the band. That'll be on January 31st this year, and it's the kids have to sign up. The students have to sign up to do this. And you don't know, if they're going to get 20 or 50 or whatever.
Sure.
Well, it's been between 150 and 170
Wow.
members of the band. It's 3 whole busloads of students and their instruments coming over from Madison. And it's creating that kind of collegiate environment that is something we're trying to build. And they get to go on the ice for a 4th period and play, which they don't get to do in Madison. So they have so much fun. Some of them bring skates, and they're rolling around on the ice, and the band directors lost complete control.
Yeah. I'm sure they love that. Yeah.
But it's just a really, really fun night, and it's continued to grow every year.
Awesome. Well, I know that you guys are going to have a great season, and for anyone that doesn't already have tickets, best place to go to get them. Yeah, MilwaukeeAdmirals.com. Just click on tickets. There's all kinds of information there, and somebody will be happy to reach back out to you almost instantaneously to get you involved with a small ticket package, or if you want to bring a group to a game. Groups start as low as 10 people. With the concert nights and things like that, groups are an awesome way to save some money on the ticket prices for those. And I would say for a concert night, people are like, well, I have to pay for the concert. Well, you don't. You pay for the ticket to the game, and you get the concert for free. So it's a really fun night out. But our staff is anxious to help, and MilwaukeeAdmirals.com will get you there.
Fantastic.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining us, John. We appreciate it. And go Admirals.
That's right.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks.